What's going on, guys? Jackson here from Vendetta Sports Media, once again joined by Sir Alex Chick, debating and discussing yet another preview game for the 2021 NBA playoffs. This time we are going with the 3-6 matchup out east with the previous MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, probably not going to be that this year, and the 3 seed Milwaukee Bucks going up against defending Eastern Conference champion Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat with the 6 seed. Now, Alex and I were kind of debating about this a little bit before we started recording because it's probably the toughest one to gauge right now. So I'm gonna throw it to Alex real quick. He says he's made
Oh,
up
that's
his
not
mind.
fair. That's
I'm
not fair. Okay.
Oh, not fair. Host it then. Host it, and you could have thrown it to me.
I will say, yeah, this is definitely the hardest matchup before we know who's playing for the play-in games. I think when we figure out if and when the Lakers are seeded, we'll know more about how tough that matchup might be to call. But right now, this is probably the toughest matchup. I can guarantee right now, I think this is going to 7 games. I don't think anyone should. I think it goes to 7 games. I'm gonna have a little bit of an upset here. I'm gonna go with the Heat here. I'm not sold. I'm not like, you know, the first year the Bucks went to I think they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got close, right? Something like that. Then they lost. And then last year everyone was big on the Bucks, and their team actually got worse. And I'm like, no, this is not the team to root for. Now we have this. They have Drew Holiday. They trade for Drew Holiday, basically traded away a lot of their future for him. And it's just like, you know what? And I don't think this team gets it done. They still have Boldenholzer? Boldenholzer's still
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
right?
Mike Budenholzer's still the head coach.
No. I mean, he's never been a playoff coach. He never has. I'm sorry. You can go back to, I think, 2015 when he was coaching the Hawks. And they just did not deserve to be there. He's a good regular season coach. I don't think he's
Yeah,
a playoff coach. I think I'm taking the Heat. I'm
yeah.
taking the
And
Heat.
see, the
Ugh.
the Mike Budenholzer thing frightens me as a Grizz fan because Taylor Jenkins is a Budenholzer guy. Like he was a part of the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, everywhere
Yeah.
Budenholzer went, he took Taylor Jenkins with him, and then Taylor Jenkins is the head coach of Memphis right now. So that kind of scares me. That worries me. Um, it's so tough. This honestly is so tough because it's like at the same time it's like Milwaukee got a little bit better when they made the trade for Holiday, but I don't believe it was enough to really do anything out east, especially with the Nets playing like the way they are when all 3 stars are healthy and all 3 stars are going to be healthy. They've only played 8 times this season together. They've been saving it all up for this moment. And for Miami, it's just they came out flat to start the year. Obviously picked it back up to get the 6 seed, but I don't know. Like they got rid of some of their role players to in the trade for Victor Oladipo. Depot's hurt. Tyler Hero has really fallen off a cliff. It's so hard, and I agree with you that I think it goes to 7 games. But I don't, like you said, I don't trust Budenholzer, and I don't trust Giannis with the ball late when they pack it in when the Heat defense packs it in, and he can't drive the rim because his 3-point shot is, you're slowly seeing it get better, but it's not respectable even
Well,
yet still.
game's on the line. Who's going to take it? Giannis, Chris Middleton, or Drew Holiday? And I'm not confident with either of the three. Those three guys are not. They're not like, hey, I'm give the ball to them.
They're not
Like,
alphas. They're not alphas.
no, they're not. Giannis can act like alpha, but I mean, he's a really good player that just can't shoot. Like that's, and he's practically unstoppable in the paint. But like at the same time, it's not going to work. It's just
Yeah,
not going.
because we,
I'm
we
not.
we saw it in the same match up last year. You stop Giannis from running downhill, that that cripples
That's
him.
it.
It's
That's
over.
it.
Like the
Yeah.
Heat creamier than the Cream City jerseys that Milwaukee wore last year. Those awful, awful jerseys. In that playoff matchup. And it's because you stop Giannis from running downhill and you play legitimate defense. And Miami's one of those teams. Jimmy Butler's going to whip them into playing defense. You want to talk about a Tom Thibodeau player? If there is one prototypical Tom Thibodeau player in the league, it is Jimmy Butler, and it all stems from Jimmy Butler playing other Tibbs back in the Chicago days.
Chicago.
Even, and was he there? Wasn't Tibbs? Wasn't he coaching Minnesota?
The Timberwolves.
Yeah, the Timberwolves too. Yeah. So
Yeah.
see, prototypical Tibbs guy, and that's why wherever Jimmy Butler goes, they play great defense because he brings those Tibb teachings with them.
When it comes down to like matchups like this, where I'm like, okay, you got to start looking at coaching. It's like, okay, who do I trust more? Do I trust Budenholzer, who's known to fail, or Eric Spo? And I'm going with Eric Spo.
Yeah,
Eric Spo's proven. I mean, he's done it a million times, and like I said, I picked the Heat last year to upset some teams. I didn't think they were going to go to the finals, though. They went to the finals, right? And I don't think this team goes to the finals. However, I think this Heat team will surprise you because when you get to the playoffs, I think people really underestimate how much coaching is involved because you're playing the same team up to 7 times. You're playing them at least 4, right? There's patterns that you catch up on and you make adjustments for.
And your rotation's 8-9 players deep. So it's the same players out there all the time. So yeah.
Well, you look at the Bucks. You look at the Bucks. They got Bryn Forbes, and I know Bryn Forbes. Guy can't play defense, save his life. Okay, you got Bryn Forbes, and you got who else is back there?
Dante DiVincenzo is like the other guy.
I like Dante Joe. I kind of like him though. Okay, PJ Tucker washed. Okay, you have Brooke Lopez starting. Like, what? I mean, I'm sorry. Like, Brooke Lopez is not going to get it done against Bam. It's not going to happen. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to go with the Heat. Might be controversial for those Bucks fans, but like, what have they proved? Like, they showed, we traded for Drew Holiday and we're still only the 3rd seed. You know, like, I mean, at the end of the day,
you can't run with the Bucks because they haven't done anything to prove to earn people picking them, even though it's a first round matchup and it's supposed to be a win for the 3rd seed. It's at least Alex and I believe it's going to go at least 7 games. Obviously, it can't go more than 7 games, but you
haven't made your pick, Jackson.
I said the Heat. I said I trust the Heat more. So Heat and 7. We're both consensus. Heat and 7. Okay. Heat and 7. Okay, consensus pick from the two from us experts here at Vendetta Sports Media. And if you love our expert picks and our expert analysis of the playoffs, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button and like the video. And if you do subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we upload a new video to our YouTube channel. We have a plethora of podcasts, other types of series, shows, like numerous amounts of different types of content, sports gaming related, all interwoven here on the YouTube channel for Vendetta Sports Media. Interwoven. Yeah.
Interwoven. I had to highlight that.
Word of the day. Interwoven. Make sure to follow Vendetta Sports Media. Follow the site on Twitter at media_vendetta. You can follow me, Jackson Law, at jlaw1995. And you can also follow Sir Alex Chick on Twitter at Daddy Chick. And the I is a 1. And once again, it is because he is number 1. The number 1 Alex, the best Alex. But that's going to do it for us here for this episode. Thank you again, guys, for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.